Hey guys, and welcome back to First Snow. I really pronunciated First Snow there. I don't know why. Probably because I'm tired. I'm getting tired. And I need to do this course. This one probably won't be as long. Yeah. The sound of the river getting louder and louder as we walked, before the two of us finally reaching a clearing after a couple of hours or so of hiking. Despite barely being able to walk, I keep myself from complaining. God damn it, brain, I hate you. I keep myself from complaining anymore, not wanting Eileen to be disappointed in me again. With the two of us slowing to a stop as she looks around, it seems we'll be finally making a pit stop here. Same as it always was. Looks like nobody messed with it. I'm about to ask what's so significant about this place before she bends down and sweeps some snow off a few... Brain, why are you like... My brain and body's like, you didn't warm up. I'm like, yes I did. I fucking celebrated Christmas. By the way, God, I keep forgetting. Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. And... like Boxing Day, I guess, if you celebrate that. I don't think people... I don't know how many people celebrate Boxing Day, but Happy Kwanzaa! Because it says Happy Kwanzaa, because it says Kwanzaa begins on my calendar, so I'm like... whatever. Sorry, I didn't do... The reason why I didn't do Hanukkah was purely because I didn't see Hanukkah, and I was like, oh, I should probably make note of that. And I was like, and when I was editing the last video, which took me like day of, so I'm like pressed on time, so I'm like, I probably should have said Happy Hanukkah. So Happy Hanukkah, everyone! So yeah, I'm about to ask what's so significant about this place before she bends down and sweeps some snow off a few large rocks, showing them to be purposely set in a small circle. Here, have a seat. Setting herself down on a particularly large rock, I quickly follow her lead and sit next to her. Looks like most of the rocks were carefully set in the ground to give... I'm not reading this. I quickly follow her lead and sit next to her. Looks like most of the rocks here were carefully set in the ground to make a little campsite. Positioned next to the gently flowing river, my legs are happy I get to sit down. Looks like you came here before. I ended up building this place into a little base camp over the years. Bears kept taking out everything I brought in or set up, but at least they leave the rocks and ditches alone. Alrighty then. Eileen makes herself comfortable as she pulls out a tin and thermostat to pour herself some water, while I cup my hands and huff them into... while I cup my hands and huff into them to warm them up a little. With the two of us settling down to recover for a while, I listen to the sounds around us. It's so difficult to be on my own, with the sounds of cars and crowds replacing by the river's slow trickling and various birds and other wildlife. Somehow, it isn't a surprise this is the kind of place Eileen would like. As she sits out here thinking to herself, excuse me. She looks like she's part of the scenery, just as she did in her quiet art room, at least until Caprice and I made it decidedly less quiet. Then there's me, in my oversized clothes and labored breaths. It's peaceful. Yeah. I thought my apartment was quiet, but it's nothing like this. Yeah, there's quiet in the house, and then there's quiet out in the wild. Two vastly different concepts.
Huh?
Your place wasn't quiet at all when I was there. Constant cars, construction, and people walking by. Yeah, that's city. There's city quiet and there's country quiet. There's they're very different. I'm not like you. I've only ever lived in the big city. I was worried about being so far from home, but I think I like it here. Playing with Eve has been fun too. Your family has been really nice to me as well. Eileen's face sours, making me immediately regretting that last little addendum, or more to the point, that lecturing tone. I want to understand her, but she only gives me small pieces to work with, not enough to puzzle things together. I knew my sudden intrusion into her home would be at least a little awkward, but I've begun to realize Eileen's resistance to bringing me here was more than that.
Eileen.
I started speaking before even gathering my thoughts. This isn't a great start. Just, what is it that did not, that came out wrong. Just what is it that you want to be away from them so much? To move to a different state? I mean, is it just about your choice of career, or can we not bring all that up? I came here exactly to get away from my parents being on my case. And then there was silence. As we zoom him on the boobs. Why? Why the zoom in on the boobs? It's the boobs. Oh, just slow pan down to the boobs. I don't know why that kills me so much, but it does. All I'm imagining is like her just like yelling at Alice, like Eileen yelling at Allison's ear off, and she's just focused in on their chest, and like nothing's hearing. She's like hearing nothing. That explains her rush in the morning to organize our hiking trip out here, especially if she was stuck with her parents while they gave her a car a spin around. What the fuck? That explains her rush in the morning to organize our hiking trip out here, especially if she was stuck with her parents while they gave her car a spin around town. So what am I even here for? Something up? Yes, your titties. I thought you brought me out here because you wanted to share it with me. I was really excited to see the kinds of things you did growing up. Her face tells me that she hadn't even considered the reason that. Her face tells me that she hadn't even considered that reasoning. I feel a little stupid for attaching so much feeling to this now. Don't beat yourself too much. Don't beat yourself up too much, Allison. You're one, you are reading into things, but two, she's like doing something that's like completely normal, but then her reaction is like, "Oh, I have overstepped. That was too much." Like, no. Like what you just Um, like, this question is entirely reasonable. Um, so it is totally fine that you asked this. It is not an overstep. It's, what I would do, and I would think would be like, oh, okay, she hadn't even thought about this. Okay, that's fair. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a good look if I let you back at the house while I wasted time out here. So this was just stress relief for her. Even now, she's not looking at me. Probably more busy thinking things over with regards to her family. I opened my mouth to try and ask about her about it, but let me reread that again. I opened my mouth and tried to ask her about it, but I can't work out what to say. I'm just here because she feels obligated to invite me. I guess I should have realized she doesn't want me here. She doesn't want me here at her home at all. On one hand, I want to say, Eileen, you've overstepped. However, we know Eileen's oversteps and is super blunt all the time. So it's not super out of character, but still, it's not good for her to say that. Because now Allison is not feeling worthy of being Eileen's partner. Okay, So it's, with this situation, it's kind of like a push-pull. I don't know how to help. I mean, I'm just gonna say it now. I don't know how to help. I'm the invader. I'm in her space. It's no wonder she treated me like such a burden this entire walk. If I was going to get in her way, she should have just said so. In the end, the only reason I even know anything about her disagreement with her parents is because Eve told me. Eileen doesn't want me to know. For now, I'll just have to be content as a spectator, looking into her life without getting too involved. I quickly look to her, but rather than acting contrite, she's pointing to my left side with her gaze focused. An insect seems to be lazily crawling around on the top of my left hand. The thing about a fingernail in length and jet black. Oh! You're just... Okay, I was like, how... What? I thought she was talking about where it was located. Not describing how the bug looks. Okay, my bad. The thing about a fingernail in length and jet black, I don't recognize it, but it looks harmless enough. To be honest, I couldn't care less about the little beetle right now. You're not worried? Should I be? Well, I mean, most people don't like bugs crawling on them much. I shrugged, leaning down to press the side of my hand to the cold ground while gently pursuing the bug to get off with my other hand. After a bit of effort, the little guy gets off my glove and onto the soil, scampering off a little faster for the experience. It wouldn't hurt me. What, just another one of your animal friends? I'm not exactly in the mood for being teased. I don't know how to handle it. Like, I don't know how to go about this situation. Because Eileen doesn't want to... Eileen doesn't want to talk about her feelings and talk about her struggles right now. And that's fine. Maybe that will change in the future when they're both further in the relationship. However, how she went about that hurt Allison's feelings, and so Eileen is trying to make everything fine by acting like everything's fine, and that's not how Allison's going about it. So Allison's like not reacting right. I don't know. I would definitely say like, hey, I'm not in the mood. I don't know. I would definitely, what I would do in Allison's shoes right now is be like, hey, I'm not in the mood. I'm thinking about stuff right now. I'm thinking about I'm digesting the conversation we just had, and I'm not in the mood to get like teased or play around with a little, that type of thing. It's the kind of thing you can learn in books or on the internet. Eileen laughs it off, but I'm sure she can tell I'm being snippy. Yeah, probably. With that, she stands up, putting her thermos and cup into her backpack before dusting herself off. Ready to keep going then? We still got the afternoon ahead of us.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I try to put as much enthusiasm into it as I can muster, but the distant feeling that I'm just along for the ride. But I get the distant feeling that I'm just along for the ride now. And so she pushes forward without looking back at me. This is always where I am with her. Whether I'm watching Eileen paint or watching her hike, I'm always far behind with eyes on her back. Oh. I don't know. I definitely think Eileen should go to therapy about her parents, and because you can still have a great relationship with your parents, even though she has a great relationship with her dad, but not a so great one with her mom. So you can have a great relationship, but you still should go to therapy because, like, in Eileen's eyes, both of her parents are gone. And the only, like, and to Eve, it's probably that as well. And the only reason why Eileen's not around for Eve is because Eileen's in college. So it's like, I get it, but at the same time, you're doing the same thing to your little sister. But Eileen and Allison should also open up and communicate more, as well as go to couple therapy. Why am I acting like a therapist? I just realized I'm acting like, is it Jonathan Decker? I think it is Jonathan Decker, from Cinema Therapy. I have no idea why. That was just something totally unintentional. With a wave to her father as his car disappears down the road, Eve takes my hand in hers as we start off down the street. With the weather particularly nice today and Eve needing to burn off some energy, we decided to take a grand tour of the local town. Her pace is thankfully slower than her sister's, with my sore legs needing a rest after that excursion yesterday. Oh, it's the next day. Okay. I'm going to fault this game. Like, it does not make it's not very clear of the scene is shifting. That means we're in the next day. My brain goes, oh, the scene is shifting. We're still in the same day. I had wanted to do this with Eileen, but she couldn't be dissuaded from painting in her room. There wasn't much fight in me to argue with her, so that was that. Yeah. Maybe I need some time away from her. Maybe some time away from her is the best. Even people who like each other sometimes need a break, I think. Yes, definitely. Oh my god, yes. The old wooden storefronts hardly loom over us, being mostly just a couple of stories tall themselves, dwarfed by the forested hills behind. Strolling around is a much nicer way to take it in than clutching to Rose on the back of her bike. It's nice here. Kind of boring sometimes, though. Thinking about it, I could see that being the case for a child. The few people out and about today are basically all graying older folks hobbling along as I look around us. Such a pleasant atmosphere it has. Such a pleasant atmosphere has its downsides. Yeah, that is true. I am going to save it here because I want to edit this and get it uploaded as quickly as possible. So we're ending it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys liked it, please leave a like. Hit the subscribe button. It would really help me become a big YouTuber starman. That is eventually what I want to become in life. Ring the bell for notification. I completely forgot my outro for like a good solid seconds there. Ring the bell for notifications to see the next First Snow. First Snow is an active playthrough, and that means I'm still playing through it. Some other active playthroughs that I'm still going through are Minecraft, League of Legends, Among Us, Undertale, and I have 4 Try Not to Laugh challenges. If you just want a finished series to binge through, or if you only have enough time to do a one-off, some of those are Spore, Skelettack, A Raven's Monologue, I have done Thoughts and Theories, and I talk about how I feel about the Has-Been Hotel character redesigns before the show comes out. So yeah, so with that, I will see you guys in the next issue. See ya!